I think I was 8 or 9. And my sisters were going to get new rollerblades. And I wanted some too. And my dad said, I really don't know how that's going to happen. So we found these rollerblades that went over my shoes. And I got in my walker and started rollerblading around the cul-de-sac where we lived. And turned around to my dad and said, see, I can do it. Hi, my name is Hayley Redmond. I have cerebral palsy, and this is my story.
Hayley was early, so that was our little surprise. She was a preemie, so we weren't sure if there was going to be anything wrong until I guess it was about 6, 7, 8 months. We started to notice that she was very stiff, and eventually it came to light that, yes, she did have CP.
I have spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, so that means all my 4 limbs are affected. My arms, when I was younger, were extremely tight, and so were my legs.
So then we had to figure out what we were going to do from there. We just had to keep going, and when you have other children, you do other things, and next thing you know, they were trying to do the same thing, and that's the best for them.
Basically just anything that the family did when I was younger, I just wanted to be involved in.
She's determined.
I always want to prove people wrong.
If you say no to Hayley, it means yes to her. She's going to do it.
In elementary school, it was hard because I always felt like I could do anything, and sometimes the teacher would say, no, that's not safe.
One of the times that sticks in my mind was when they wouldn't let her go outside. They said, no, that was not appropriate, and that she shouldn't do that. And we had to fight just to let her participate in recess outside with the other kids. The whole thing is every problem has a solution. Now you have to sit down and figure out what's the best way to get around the problem. And we would usually, between us all, we'd figure out something.
The Shriners in Montreal was a huge supporter in our journey to where I am today.
There was a friend of my parents had come to visit, and she was a nurse at the Shriners, and she mentioned to us, she said, you know what, Hayley would be a great candidate to come up, and I think we could do a lot for her.
When I turned 11, I think, we got the first baclofen pump, which is a pump right here in my side that brings a drug down through my spinal fluid, and it reduces my spasticity, and that's greatly improved my quality of life. And then in 2005, I had something called a hamstring relief bone osteotomy, and that gave me the ability to do what I do today with the transfers and the standing, and basically making me more of a functional human in society. I first started swimming when I was 3, bowling when I was 8, horseback riding, sailing, kayaking, canoeing. Oh, I started sledge hockey in 2003, parasailing. The wall climbing is just exhilarating, and the shooting is a good challenge. I snorkel now too. Swimming just has given me complete freedom.
The interesting part about being in the water, the buoyancy helped keep Hayley up. So then she discovered, I can walk in water without any assistance.
Like as I started to learn that I could walk in the water, then I started swimming. I would then just start jumping and eventually just learn the funk fall in my adapted way.
And so that was a great motivator. So she loved to get in the water. And to this day, you still enjoy swimming.
Out of all those sports, which one is your favorite?
I think it's a bocce. Bocce is a cross between lawn bowling and curling. that was developed for athletes with cerebral palsy. Well, my first thought was, oh, this is like bowling, but I won't need my dad. So it was a sport that I could be completely independent in. So I was all for that. You train on court about 12 hours a week, and then you also have to do physical training. So that could involve any of the other sports that I like to do, and also time with the physical trainer. In 2013, we just had our first Atlantic competition, and I got classified by the national coach. And in 2018, I went to Brazil for my first national competition.
Rising star.
As the rising star for the national team. I think even if I wasn't as successful at bocce as I am today, I would still love the sport and keep striving to do better. And my major dream would be to go to the Paralympics in 2024. Well, I actually am going to finish my degree in recreation. In the future, I hope to bring what I've learned throughout my life back to Easter Seals here and make an impact on people in this province. They often say that once children reach a certain age with cerebral palsy, they level off, but I don't believe that. I believe that if we keep working at things, just like anyone, if you decide to master a skill at 35 years old, well, you're going to master that skill. Everyone has challenges in life, and if these weren't my challenges, I'd have others.
If you were to think back to 8-year-old Hayley, who was just getting into those strap-on roller skates, what advice would you have for her, knowing what you know now?
Go for it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, because they're probably wrong.